This is One Sentence News, a daily podcast featuring 3 news stories with a sentence-long summary and 1 sentence of context apiece. I'm Colin Wright. This is a sponsored message. I've been using Anchor as my podcast host for a while now, and it's been a pleasure to use. Anchor offers benefits that most other hosts do not. It's free to use, but it also has a collection of tools that allow you to create a podcast completely within the Anchor website or smartphone app. They distribute your show to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other distribution channels without any additional effort on your part, and you can make money from your podcast without any minimum audience size. So you can use it as a more traditional podcast host like I do, but it's also got everything you need to start a podcast from scratch. If you're keen to give it a shot, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It's Friday, August 12th, 2022. Let's talk about the news. From Axios, Disney surpasses Netflix in global paid streaming subscribers. Disney has announced that it added 14.4 million new subscribers to its Disney Plus streaming service, surpassing market expectations and Netflix's subscriber tally for the first time. With the addition of those new subscribers, Disney now has more than 221 million subscriptions across its portfolio of streaming platforms, compared to Netflix's 221 million-ish, giving it a boost to its stock price and the confidence to announce price increases for its Disney Plus and Hulu services in the midst of heavy competition, up from $7.99 to $10.99 a month for the former, though a $7.99 with ads tier will remain available, and up from $12.99 to $14.99 without ads, and up from $6.99 to $7.99 for their with ads option on Hulu. From Reuters, South Korea and China clash over U.S. missile shield, complicating conciliation. A disagreement between the Chinese and South Korean governments over a U.S.-made missile defense system is at the center of recent diplomatic issues between the two countries. Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, or THAAD systems, allow those who wield them to take out ballistic missiles before they can hit their target. When South Korea began installing these systems, which are made in the United States, back in 2016, China reduced imports from South Korea in retaliation, claiming that the radar systems utilized by the THAAD batteries would allow South Korea to spy on activity in Chinese airspace. South Korean officials maintain that the THAAD systems they have deployed are exclusively meant to take down missiles launched by North Korea, but China has demanded that South Korea not deploy any more of them and limit the use of those already installed, a demand that South Korea has dismissed. And South Korea has reiterated that they have the right to install more systems and integrate those they own with a U.S.-run network of missile defense systems located around the world, if they choose to do so in the future. And from the Financial Times, China hits big fund chip executives with corruption probes. The Central Commission for Discipline Inspection, a Chinese anti-corruption agency, has launched investigations into executives linked to the largest semiconductor investment fund in China. These investigations seem to be the consequence of Chinese chip companies failing to perform up to predicted standards, while foreign limitations, mostly instigated by the U.S., prevent Chinese companies from benefiting from tech developed elsewhere, which has caused them to fall behind in many fundamental aspects of semiconductor design and production, despite several parallel victories. Globally, these chips, which are found in a boggling array of products and which are required to keep entire industries functioning, are increasingly being seen as geopolitical and security necessities, not just nice things to have. And thus governments from China to the US are pouring money into relevant industries and entities. And this probe is being seen as China's government hunting for people to blame after the money they invested in their local chip infrastructure failed to perform as anticipated. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.